Hello dear students, and welcome to Vocal Hindustani Music for Grade 7. Today we will discuss about classification of instruments. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to state the different categories in the classification of musical instruments, then classify the various types of musical instruments, and lastly identify sounds produced by different musical instruments. Musical instruments have existed since ancient times. They have been used for ancient rituals like the trumpet, which was used to signal the success on the hunt, or the drum used for religious ceremonies. Some of the oldest instruments were made from animal skins, animal bones, and wood. According to the book Natya Shastra of Bharata Muni, an Indian author, there are 4 categories of musical instruments, namely Sushir Vadhya, aerophones, Tatvadhya, cordophones, Avanadh Vadhya, membranophones, and Ghanavadhya, idiophones. Let's try to discover each category one by one. The first category of instruments is named as Sushir Vadhya. Sushir Vadhya is also called aerophones, usually made of bamboo, wood, and metal, and also having an air column with holes and should be blown or pumped in order to produce sound. Some examples are the flute, the bansuri, shank, the harmonica, and saxophone, among others. Let us listen to the sound of an aerophone. The second category of instruments is called Tatvadhya. Tatvadhya, also called cordophones, are stringed instruments. These instruments are usually made of wood and metal and consist of one or several strings. Now, this category is divided into 3 parts depending on the way they are played. They are plucked instruments such as the sitar, the veena, and the guitar. Then you have the bowed instruments such as the sarangi and the violin. Lastly, you have the hammered one, such as the santur. Let us now listen to the sound of a chordophone. The third category is classified as Avanadh Vadya, also known as membranophones. Avanadh Vadya are membranous percussive instruments having struck membranes and typically comprise the drums. Some examples of this category are the tabla, the mridangam, the dholak, the damru, the ravan, and the drum set, among others. Now we will listen to the sound of a membranophone. The fourth category of instruments is called Ghanavadya, also known as idiophones. Ghanavadya are non-membranous percussive instruments having solid resonators and mostly made of heavy metals. Some examples of this category are the cymbal, the manjira, and the famous Mauritian instrument triangle. Now we will listen to the sound of an idiophone. Now, dear students, it is good to know that with the evolution of life itself, a fifth category of musical instruments named as electrophones has been added to the classification of instruments. Nowadays, due to new technologies, most acoustic instruments have their electronic version, which are considered as user-friendly by musicians and singers. Some examples are the electronic keyboard, the electronic tanpura, and the electronic talmala, among others. Let us listen to the sound of an electrophone. Did you know the keyboard instrument is another modern invention of the 20th century? The term keyboard instrument may be applied to any instrument equipped with a keyboard that produces various electronic sounds of acoustic instruments. We have reached the end of today's lesson, and today you have learned about different categories in the classification of musical instruments. You can now classify the various types of musical instruments. You have also got the opportunity to identify sounds produced by different musical instruments. It is now time for a self-assessment. Have a look at your screen and answer the following questions. Hope you've enjoyed your lesson. Thank you and goodbye.